Yo era pescador en Honduras, pero una sequía acabó con los trabajos de pesca y tuve que irme de casa. Eso fue en 2005, el año en que Katrina golpeó Nueva Orleans. Vine aquí y trabajé para reconstruir Nueva Orleans. Desde entonces he reparado hogares, escuelas y ciudades después de muchos desastres climáticos. Pasan los desastres, quedan muy devastadas y muchas veces dormimos hasta en los carros, el que tiene carro y el que no, pues toca dormir en el suelo o a donde haya lugar. Y pues a eso nos arriesgamos, todo por ayudar a nuestras familias.
Resilience Force is a national nonprofit or NGO in the United States. We work under a thesis that there is an ecosystem of workers in the United States, a lot of whom are migrants, not solely migrants, but a lot of whom are migrants from Latin America, who have spent the last 15, 20 years responding to natural disasters here in the United States because they recognize those natural disasters as an opportunity to work. When there's a hurricane or a flood or a fire, cities need to be and communities need to be cleaned up and rebuilt. And that often falls to this workforce to do. And so over that last 15, 20 years, there has developed a real vocation of people who call themselves resilience workers. That's where we get our name, who respond to natural disasters and do the hard, important, dirty, and dangerous work of cleaning up after hurricanes, floods, and fires. Because that population are migrants, and because it's generally a population that doesn't have a lot of political power, they very often get taken advantage of. People don't pay them what they negotiated and threaten that if the migrant worker complains that they will have to deal with immigration and possibly be deported. People have to clean up in very dangerous areas where there's fiberglass and other toxic substances and aren't given PPE to protect themselves, or they're up on roofs and they're not given harnesses to strap in that will prevent them from falling off into their injury or death. So what Resilience Force does is it goes in on the ground and it works with these people, and it helps give them the tools to ensure that they get paid, that they are safe at work, that they are well taken care of, and that they are an honored and appreciated part of the American workforce. You know, we hear reports of migrant workers being trafficked, you know, being brought in from out of state by subcontractors, sleeping 6 or 7 to a room in a motel somewhere, and nobody being tested for COVID, one person having COVID, then all of them have COVID. So there are a lot of dangers that await this workforce when they actually go about trying to pitch in and help and rebuild communities, and in the process earn themselves a paycheck.
Yes, if you have folks that are inclined to think Florida is a good place, our message to them is we are not a sanctuary state, and it's better to be able to go to a sanctuary jurisdiction. And yes, we will help facilitate that transport for you to be able to go to greener pastures.
You know, it's true that the governor of Florida has had a combative stance when it comes to migrants. But, you know, we at Resilience Force, we really see tragedies like these as opportunities. You can't live through something like this and not have it change you. And even the governor of Florida is has for sure been affected by this personally. His community, his family, his friends, they've had property damage. They've maybe lost things or people that they love in it. And so what we have often seen in past natural disasters, and what we hope to see in this one, is actually an opening where people can come to see the importance of these workers in rebuilding and restoring community. Our major goal is to bring awareness to just what kind of an invaluable asset these workers are, just what an extraordinary thing they do by taking it upon themselves to come in right after a natural disaster, help clean up, help rebuild. It is we like to say, a sacred vocation, and that there is a room for them at the table in the American economy, amongst the American labor force, and that their contributions to our country, their desire to work and their ability to work should be honored, it should be respected, and they should be given certain safeguards and guarantees that an honest day's labor results in an honest paycheck, and it can be performed without a trip to the hospital.